Chapter 23 of Persuasion, Anne has promised to spend the next day with the Musgroves. Mrs. Musgrove, Mrs. Croft, Captain Harville, and Captain Wentworth are all at White Hart. While Wentworth and Harville labor over a letter, Anne overhears Mrs. Musgrove and Mrs. Croft's conversation. When Mrs. Croft expresses that long engagements are unsafe and unwise, Anne and Wentworth lock eyes. Upset about Captain Benwick's sudden engagement so soon after the death of his sister, Harville wishes to engage Anne in a conversation about whose feelings are more steadfast, those of a man or a woman. Both defend their gender in a friendly debate. When Wentworth drops his pen, Anne realizes he's listening closely. After an emotional speech delivered by Harville over the torment he suffers every time he says goodbye to his family, Anne admits men can experience constant feelings and says all the privilege she claims for women is that of loving longest when existence or when hope is gone. Hurriedly, Wentworth exits without a farewell, which stuns Anne. But as she approaches the writing table, he returns. While grabbing his gloves, he leaves Anne a hastily written letter. In it, he confesses his unchanged love for her. "I have loved none but you," he says, and asks her to confirm her love with a word or a look. Overwhelmed, Anne excuses herself. Before she makes her sudden exit, Anne worries Wentworth will interpret her absence negatively, and she makes Mrs. Musgrove promise to extend the party invitation to Harville and Wentworth again. Mrs. Musgrove asks Charles Musgrove to escort her home. Outside, Wentworth joins them, and Charles leaves Anne in Wentworth's company. Walking through Bath, they discuss their past misunderstandings and present feelings and are reunited. At the party, the two talk briefly at every chance. When Anne defends her choice to end the engagement, Wentworth realizes he blames himself more than Lady Russell for their lost time. Overheard conversations in this chapter drive the former lovers back into each other's arms. Anne's speech serves as a spirited response to Wentworth's beliefs about constancy and prompts Wentworth to write the letter confessing his love for her.